Oh, hello, and welcome back. It is lights on the Light Pole podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am your host, Wiley. Of course, we are joined by Joey and Darian, and none other than Kyler himself making an appearance from the airport. He'll only be here for a little bit, but he just wanted to say hi to each and every one of you. I hope you're enjoying that new intro music. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Awesome. He's not even vaccinated. Look at this guy. Unreal.
This dude. He is vaccinated. Yeah.
Just exposing his medical records.
At the airport.
Right. He's at the airport. Look at that. For those listening, Kyler's at the airport sporting a nice denim jacket, his mask, a hat, and his headphones. Great.
With some chinos.
And some, yep, there you go.
Right.
Everyone say hello to Chris.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, and there's his wife right there in the split second. Oh, hello there.
Crystal.
Say hello to internet.
Hello, internet. We have a great episode planned for you guys. Just jam-packed with a lot of new stuff. And so I guess we might as well get into it. Pretty much it's going to be a very trailer-oriented episode.
Hold on. Give it a second.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Go ahead, continue, guys. I don't think
We're
the
getting some
podcast
airport
people need to hear.
announcements.
Now you may continue.
Gate 7 boarding now.
All right, bye, Kyler.
Bienvenidos a JetBlue.
Bye, guys. Have a safe flight.
Yes.
All right. Later.
Yeah.
Enjoy California.
Enjoy this episode, everyone.
Definitely.
Bye-bye.
We've lost a member.
Oh, man.
All right, finally he's gone. Let's talk trash.
Ooh,
Hey.
wow. Yeah, so it's gonna be a very trailer-oriented episode. We have our main topic is gonna be our best and favorite trailers that we have seen personally. But also we have trailers to talk about that have just recently came out due to the DC Fandome that just happened. But before that, our usual formula, we're gonna get it started with some entertainment news. Joey, do you have actually anything this week or no?
I mean, do you want to go straight dark to the Alec Baldwin incident?
We can, if you want to lead off with that.
I think we get that out the way. Yeah.
I
I forgot. Let me look up her name. Let me not be disrespectful.
Want to say it was Holly Hings something?
It was Haley something, right? Or Holly. Mm-hmm.
Helena Hutchins. Is that her name? I don't know how to pronounce it. Hopefully I didn't pronounce it incorrectly. Anyways, it was on the set of Rust. Alec Baldwin had a prop gun, went off and killed her. Oof. That is just terrible. Must be like the worst feeling ever.
Again,
That is.
It's
sad.
a prop gun.
I mentioned this to you guys. Yeah, there's no such thing as a prop gun.
Nah.
It's a real weapon. It's a real gun. It's just loaded with blank bullets. But I was reading where that's the prop master's job to make sure it's cleaned properly, make sure it's loaded properly, make sure everything it's working order. So if they don't do their job correctly, people can get hurt. And there you go.
That's actually how Bruce Lee's son died.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Guy
is
killed
crazy.
by a prop gun. Dude, can you imagine? He also injured the director of the movie with that.
Yep.
With that same, and it was interesting to see all the Hollywood actors and all these people come out and lend a word for him and all this stuff, like for the family of the cinematographer that died. That's because that's actually, not his fault, and you have to live with that.
He
now,
made a statement. Did you read it? You guys read it?
He's complying with the police, was it?
Yeah, he's just his condolences. He's complying with the police as much as he can. He's in touch with her husband. Sharing. Giving his apologies and her. Yeah, she had a kid. So yeah, it's just an overall heavy situation.
That's a freak accident.
Yeah.
Like, you never know.
Literally, yeah.
Tomorrow is never guaranteed with that kind of stuff. My goodness.
It's almost like I mean, they're both bad in different ways. What was it? Deadpool 2, the stunt actor that she was on the motorcycle or whatever, and she ended up dying also.
She died?
Yeah, they had to.
I thought she lost her arms or something.
No, she had died. They had to halt production, if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was someone on maybe Mission Impossible. One of these stunt people lost their arms and was suing the production team. Can't remember who it was. I think it was Lara Croft, the new one.
Don't you sign waivers for that? I mean,
you do, but I don't think it covers negligence.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, obviously.
So there was certain things that should have been put in place to stop people safe. They're not like ragdolls, they
Mm-hmm.
got to have some type of things too. They're just willing to risk more injuries than
normal.
the main actor.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford breaks a leg. That's a wrap for filming for 3 years. Like you can't risk that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of Harrison Ford, I figure we'll go more lighthearted. Some Indiana Jones set pictures
really
got leaked. You guys want to see them?
God, I guess.
Sure.
It's exciting. It is. It's apparently leading towards time travel Indiana Jones.
What?
Yep.
You're lying.
Yep. Gladiators, and apparently there's more too. So
What's going
This is so
right now we're
bad.
looking at looks like Spartans with the spears and shields, and I'm sure Mr. Ford, will be running around with a gun doing that weird thing again.
Wow.
Listen, let me tell you, when that movie comes out, because it got pushed back to 2023, I think it is. That will have been 15 years
Just cancel it. We don't need it.
since the last one. No, we don't need it. Absolutely not.
15 years since the Shia LaBeouf one?
15 years. How crazy is that? And we all thought that was Harrison's last. Like he's done.
We were like, he's already pushing it.
That is crazy.
I don't know about that. He's gonna be. What's he gonna be in a wheelchair, rolling around, going through these temples and whatnot? Like,
We're not ageist.
Boulder.
I'm just
we're not
saying, like,
ageist.
it don't
My
make no
goodness.
sense.
Ageist.
I'm ageist.
No shame.
I'm just kidding. Shout out Tony. Anyway.
What? Oh goodness!
I was laughing at
I don't
Joey's
stand by
face,
that one.
but I don't know if you caught what I had said or not. This guy. Anyway, speaking of more lighthearted, Sony is set to release 2 untitled Marvel movies in 2023.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Venom 3.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna
What else
assume
does Sony? Oh,
I'm gonna-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, or I'm assuming also Craven. Because didn't they cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven?
Yeah, as
so
Kraven.
I'm assuming.
Sony's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was
That's
Marvel. Okay.
That's the Sony character.
Interesting.
Craven is a Spider-Man character, so it would make sense for it to be Sony. I could be
Well,
wrong.
you
I
know,
could be wrong.
Tom Holland's going back to Sony after No Way Home in December. Did you guys see his statement that he made the other day?
Well, that they
No.
treated Spider-Man like if it was the end of the franchise. Or whatever.
Yep.
Mhm.
He said we were all treating No Way Home as the end of the franchise. I think if we're lucky enough to dive into these characters again, you'd be seeing a very different version. It would no longer be the Homecoming trilogy, which is super interesting, and I have no idea what that means.
I think we will see. There's no way you don't keep him in MCU. He's
I do
he's like
think-
the
running.
golden boy.
He's running the
He's a
MCU
golden
right
boy.
now. That's literally what everyone is like waiting for. So
I disagree.
really,
I think I do.
Interesting.
I think that Marvel can do without Spider-Man. I think they did without him for 8 years, and they have some of I think people are looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy.
no.
People are
nah,
looking
it's-
forward to
no one's
Thor
looking,
4.
No one's looking forward to any of those movies as much as they're looking forward to Spider-Man.
What held Marvel together was Tony Stark. Iron Man held it for like 10 years plus
Agreed.
until Civil
Who's
War,
that
and
character?
then that's when
Who's that
boom,
character?
Spider-Man.
I mean, they're trying to make it seem like it's Spider-Man. It's not him yet.
It
is.
has to be him. He's
Definitely
carrying
is.
it.
They're trying to make it seem like
If
it's
it-
him, but he's
okay,
not holding
if we
anyone
still-
together.
If we still had Chadwick, Black Panther would be their main.
I agree.
We don't
100%.
have Chadwick anymore. We don't have that Black Panther anymore. It's Spider-Man. It's Tom Holland.
I don't know in what world you make it convincing that Tom Holland is the one leading Thor and Star-Lord and the Black Panther and all these people.
not necessarily leading the Avengers. I'm not talking in terms of like leading the team. I'm talking in terms of leading Marvel sales and leading like the hype
Yeah.
around Marvel. If you take Tom Holland out of MCU and put him back to Sony, there's an uproar.
There's
And
no top
gonna
spot,
be-
yeah.
There's gonna be a boycott. It's just gonna be nonsense. Like it's gonna be chaos.
Well, you know what I think? I think that when this happened a few years ago and the whole controversy happened with Marvel and Sony, and they were going to take Tom Holland back, and then they came to an agreement after a few months.
Mm-hmm.
What I think that agreement might be is them saying, all right, we're going to give you a few more movies with Tom Holland, Endgame, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and then you get that third movie, wrap it up. Wrap up whatever you need to wrap up to bring him to an end for the Marvel franchise with him. And he's going to come back to us, which is why Andy Serkis said they're looking forward to exploring Spider-Man in the next Venom movie.
It just takes away from his whole character in Marvel to put him in Sony. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe he'll do cameos in the future, or maybe I'm totally wrong and they come up with a whole nother, contract again and he's in for another trilogy. But I mean, based on these comments, I could totally see it as him being done for good. And I wouldn't boycott Marvel. Like, I'd be okay with it if they did it right, you know?
If they kept him, it would be literally
has
just
Sony done anything?
neighborhood Spider-Man. Neighborhood Spider-Man, that's it.
Yeah, I'm cool with, I mean, I want Marvel to keep him. I don't want Sony to take it. It's not like Sony's out here making good movies.
that's what I'm saying.
Sony made
like,
the Amazing Spider-Man,
That's
right?
the fear.
Sony
Yeah.
made every Spider-Man. Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. So anything Spider-Man related, it's Sony.
So hit or miss. More often miss, but
We'll see.
Speaking of the rights, let me say one more thing here. I got another
Go for it.
piece of news
Mhm.
because this segue right in. Rumor has it that Universal has lost the distribution rights to Hulk, which means,
Hmm.
and it was reported,
Literally what I'm looking at.
World War Hulk,
Literally what I'm looking at.
World War Hulk movie.
Marvel Studios
in the
is
works.
developing a World War Hulk movie. Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to the synopsis of what that comic book storyline is about. It's pretty crazy, man.
It's insane.
If I'm
They
correct,
already have She-Hulk.
if you guys,
So,
yeah, Mark Ruffalo is going to be in the She-Hulk show.
mm-hmm.
We just don't know how much. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the storyline for what is it? World War Hulk?
Mhm.
Yeah. Is that
there's Planet Hulk, there's World War Hulk.
Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, I believe World War Hulk is that at the time, Iron Man, Black Panther, Hulk, and like a few of others, those big guys, they are making the big decisions around the world to keep it safe from outside threats. And Hulk has a meltdown with something, and he starts, destroying cities and stuff like that. And they decide he has to be put in check and kept off world, that kind of thing.
that's Planet.
And
Hulk.
that's where it kicks off.
That's Planet Hulk. That's the
Okay.
That's so there's the Illuminati, which is
Yes.
the Marvel, they call it the Illuminati. It's Iron Man, it's Black Panther, it's Doctor Strange, I believe Professor X is in it. I'm not sure. There's like and Mr. Fantastic, I think.
Give
There's
me the
it's like
Fantastic Four.
it's like the heavy hitters of like all the main groups.
Yep.
And yeah, so he's like going crazy like that, like you said, and so they ship him off to his own planet, pretty much, and it's called Planet Hulk. Yeah. And he's just so pissed that he just wants to get back to Earth to like wreak havoc, if I'm not mistaken. So
Listen, I'd be down for that. Something fresh, even though Mark Ruffalo, I'm not the biggest fan of his Hulk. And you know what, though?
Bro.
I was hearing something today. I was listening to someone speak about the Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War and all those movies by the Russo brothers. And they were like, the only complaint they had about it was they basically nerfed Hulk.
yeah,
They
And
did.
I was like, wow.
they
That
did.
is, and we've been complaining about this for years now, but I never really had it put like that. Like Professor Hulk was just annoying. He always seems so like
He was
weak
too
and
mellow and pulled back.
yeah. So I don't know if that's Ruffalo, but I think that's the writing more of the character recently. So something like World War
That's
Hulk
not-
or
yeah,
Planet Hulk would be
It's
pretty
not
awesome.
Ruffalo. It's you know what it was. So you had Universal have the solo film, and it was a
Yep.
lot more gruesome, like not gruesome, but a lot more like intense.
It was dark
Yeah, it
and
was
gritty
dark
and
gritty, exactly. And then you have him in MCU, which of course Disney, to a certain point, you can't. I think the first Avengers, he was a little closer to the Universal version in terms of when he was fighting the Chitauri. He
True,
was, like,
yeah.
that
more
is true.
intense. After that,
slamming them
it-
into the building.
Yeah, after that, it all kind of went downhill.
Yeah, I'd rather have a more aggressive. You can't revert it back now,
Yeah.
but maybe have him be stronger and more intent on the fighting.
Mhm.
These past few movies, he's been like so emotional and focused on finding himself. When I just want Hulk.
I think that's kind of like what they're trying to change his character into. Not only is Hulk and then Bruce Banner, it's more like they keep intertwining sort of thing. Kind of like Bruce is training Hulk while he's in Hulk form to be like more calm, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I agree. I mean, I like Bruce as I like Mark Ruffalo as Bruce, but his Hulk is definitely not the same as Edward Norton's.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Ruffalo. Oh, what is that? My sandal. Mark Ruffalo is a good actor in anything he does. So he's a really good actor. I agree. He's a solid Bruce. I think it's more the writing, though. I always blamed it on him, but hearing them put it like that, I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
They've just nerfed the Hulk
really
from what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. So yeah.
Any other news you've got? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You got a bunch. You got
Boba Fett.
Maybe?
I was gonna say one. Yeah, sure. That Hayden
Sure,
Christensen's gonna be in Ahsoka, the show.
That's right.
He's appearing.
Just got that.
Which I think will
Let me tell
kind
you.
of be along the lines is the same thing as Darth Vader, as Obi-Wan. We may not see him as Anakin. I think we'll see him just as Darth Vader, but it's Hayden playing him. But I could be wrong. They could do like a flashback of young Ahsoka and Anakin, which would be awesome to see, like that Clone Wars style kind of flashback. That would be pretty dope.
That would be amazing. Listen, I am itching for anything Star Wars related to come out, just so we can talk about
We're
it.
not allowed to we talk yet.
Yeah.
You know how many months it's been since Boba was Mandalorian the last thing?
I mean, we've
'Cause,
done
we
like
tried.
Visions. It wasn't.
Bad Batch, which
Yeah.
I mean,
No, we haven't had like a
It was the
solid.
first episode.
Yeah, it had to. It was definitely Mandalorian, which ended when
December.
December. Right?
December.
Yeah.
It was
October to
mid-
December.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
mid COVID, and I remember being like, dude, what do we have now?
That's true.
What do we have for to watch? I thought we were going to be in lockdown for another year. I was like, what in the world? But little did we know, we'd be back to movies and all that good stuff. And now they're filming. They already started filming season 3
Finally.
last week.
Good. I'm so like interested in like what the storyline's gonna be. You know.
Dude, I have no idea. Apparently, one of the set images already got leaked.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
That
I'm
early?
obviously I'm not going to look it up. I don't want to know.
I'll look it
but-
up right now.
I am
course
just
you would.
hoping,
I'm gonna find the whole plot.
and I don't
right
think they're going to, but I'm hoping they make the episodes a little bit longer and ease up on the fillers. Mandalorian would be a 10 out of 10 show
if it had no
if they
fillers.
fixed that. The fillers are killing me, dude. The Frog Lady episode, you remember that? And we thought they were going to be a team up at the end. It was nothing.
now. I don't even really
You
see
know,
them as fillers. I don't know. You do, and I understand why you do.
Yeah.
But I take those fillers as an opportunity to see Mando like grow as a person. All those.
If it
little
was
things,
20 episodes long, I'd be cool with that.
yeah.
When we have 8
8
episodes,
episodes.
9 episodes, I mean Obi-Wan has 6 episodes, Thanos. I mean, like, there is no room for any type of filler in a 6 episode season.
Episode 3 and 4 are both fillers. I guarantee it.
In Obi-Wan,
It's gonna
it better
him
be
walk-
2 episodes
It's
to
gonna be 2
introduce.
episodes long of him walking through the desert with no other characters.
You know what, though? I wouldn't even be mad. Ewan McGregor's amazing, dude. I could see him just talking to himself for 2 full episodes, and I'd be happy with that. I love
Imagine.
his Obi-Wan that much, and I'm so excited to see. I can't wait till they start doing the press rounds for Obi-Wan, man. And we're gonna get Ewan McGregor on all those late night shows, and
Can't
Hayden
wait.
Christensen, and
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Favreau, and
man.
all these people.
I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
Hayden back in front of the cameras, dude. When does Ahsoka come out?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
I know they finished Andor,
Continue
which
really quickly. I'll be right back.
yeah, Andor is one of those. Oh wow, and we are down to
the music.
50%.
Play the music.
And we are down to 50% of the Light Pole podcast. Well, you know what? We're just gonna wait on Wiley here. We are sorry.
So,
for the interruption.
everybody at home, how are you? How's it going?
Take a minute. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something kind for someone? Did you pay for the person behind you at Dunkin' today? Because I'll tell you, this morning, I go to Dunkin', right?
Mhm.
And the person in front of me pays for me. Nice guy or gal. I don't know who was in the car. And I'm like, wow, that was really nice. So I'm like, can I pay for the person behind me? He's like, sure. Mind you, all I ordered was a small coffee or medium iced coffee.
Oh, you don't. Oh, man.
Dude behind me ordered probably like 3 bacon, egg, and cheeses, 2 coffees, a donut. It was $12. Who pays $12 at Dunkin', dude? 6 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, cancel the order. Let him pay for himself.
You cheat
I was in
handshake
pain.
as you give your card. You're like,
I was in pain, man. But yeah.
oh, man.
So you know what? We're just gonna make him cut this part out right now. Because what in the world are we gonna do with just 2 of us in the meantime? I don't want to move forward with movie news.
No, we're going to move forward with movie news.
You want to move forward with movie news?
Let's do it.
Oh, we got Indiana Jones leak time travel set. Oh man.
Did Squid Game become number 1 in US yet? I think so, right?
Let's find out. What is this? This Squid Game is taking over
So-
the world. Let me
So
see.
apparently the old guy in the show, whatever, he's
Yeah.
gotten so famous to the point that he's receiving calls. He doesn't have an agent, which is insane. So his daughter has been taking calls for him. He's getting so many offers just because of the show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is he a main character?
Yeah.
Man, good for them. This is interesting to see these Korean shows popping off like that.
True.
I know it is the biggest ever launch that Netflix has ever had, which is pretty crazy.
What are we
that's
talking
good.
about right now? I apologize.
Squid Game.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. Let me see. Oh, yes, I wanted to show you guys the new
Please.
Transformers
They finished
set
wrapping.
images. Bro,
They finished it recently.
Is it Mark
Looks
Wahlberg?
good. Those
Look at
cars,
this.
cars look good.
Okay.
this looks like the Transformers that I used to play with.
Okay.
Let me show you the other
Not bad.
set here. Look at this. These are like the OG Transformers, man.
Rise of
Now,
the Beast.
that means
That's what it's called?
absolutely nothing when
Oh,
it comes
no.
to that movie. I mean, this series has some of the worst rated movies in history, especially for the budgets.
After
Hmm.
like the first 2, it was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I remember seeing the second. Is the second one with this guy where he's wearing the underwear at the Smithsonian and all that? That was the second movie, right?
Yes. Yep. Rise of the Fallen. Yep.
Yes, it
Mhm.
was. I love that. That was mad
amazing.
funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
That movie was mad funny with the Indian dude that he meets his new roommate and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember the third movie though.
the
yes,
third
yes.
one was that it wasn't Megan Fox anymore.
It was Rosie Huntington Whitley.
Mhm.
That's Jason Statham's wife. Did you know that?
Is it? Wow, I did not.
It
know that.
is.
Mm,
That's my woman.
interesting.
Huh? Nothing. I said you're Jason Statham's wife, Jace.
Oh, I thought.
Let me see. Oh, The Rock or Joe, you got something?
No, continue. I was gonna say completely forgot about Adam Warlock.
That's
I
right.
mentioned that.
Will Poulter. Will is it Poultier?
What do you guys think about
Yeah.
that?
Poulter.
Poulter.
It's interesting. He's a tall dude. He's like 6'.
I didn't know he was that tall. I didn't know he was that tall.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's
He
he's a tall
definitely
guy.
looks like he already bulked up slightly. And
Yeah,
I don't
I've
even think
seen-
he's been like hitting the gym fully. So I think he's gonna
Mhm.
do a great job. And he grew out his hair and it looks more like Adam Warlock already. So it looks pretty good. He looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
When I heard Adam Poulter casted as Adam
All I
Warlock,
heard-
or Will Poulter,
All I saw was
I'm
the
thinking
eyebrows.
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
Like, You know, I was like, oh, what? And then I see
Yeah.
these pictures of him with his hair grown out and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah, put on some size too.
That's what I'm saying. He looked like more bulky.
When I saw him
How
signing
old is he?
autographs, I was like,
How old is
that's
he?
a good question.
He has to be like, is he 30 yet?
Let's
I don't
find
think
out.
So.
Will Poulter age. Will Poulter is 28.
28, yeah. So
He's getting up there.
Yeah. That's a good age.
I like the casting and I trust it. Not anything close to what I expected, especially for Adam Warlock. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy's like the pinnacle of man.
Pretty much.
is
He's
like-
like crafted to be the perfect man, sort of pretty much.
Out of that race of like
Yeah.
perfect golden humans or whatever.
Can you imagine the
Contenders.
ego boost? You imagine the ego boost being cast as like the perfect, like crafted man. Like that's pretty awesome.
I was expecting
He's gonna be
like
in Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Mhm. I expected like a Zac Efron type of casting.
No.
Isn't that what Joey said? I think you said that the other day, Joe. Someone told me Zac Efron.
The other
I don't think
day.
you were.
I know. I think me and Kyler agreed on that. I don't know. Well, I think Kyler agreed with me on that. So, but hey,
Hey.
I'm sure he'll do good.
What
What was it? Hey,
let me see. I think that's all I got, guys, for movie news.
I
I think it's about that time we get into,
yeah.
unless you guys have something
I'm
else.
trying to think. I had something right when I walked away, and when I came back, I forgot it.
Timothy Chalamet as a
Chandelier.
as a Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Looks legit. He looks spot on.
He looks amazing. I would have never I didn't know they were filming this already. I feel like we just dropped this movie news a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
didn't know
already
they were
filming the prequel.
already. It's an origin story, right? Of Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. What in the world could that even be about? How this man created a factory? I don't know.
How he started
Well,
his
have you
candy
seen?
business.
Have you seen the Johnny Depp version?
Yeah.
I'm
He
assuming
goes
it's
into
gonna be
the
like when
forest. Oh yeah, he travels around the
he
world for
travels
new
around the
flavors.
world.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. I love the Johnny Depp version. I
I
wonder
had
what the ratings are for that movie. Are they
I
good?
had never seen that movie until I want to say about a month ago, right before I went to Texas. Wendy
Wow.
was watching it, and I was like, okay, let me. And
Dude, doesn't even look like Johnny. It doesn't even look like him.
at all,
It's insane.
it doesn't
It's
sound
a-
like him, doesn't look like him, nothing.
Nope.
He has an uncanny ability to change his literal appearance.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy.
The way Colin Farrell did for Penguin in the Batman is the way Johnny Depp does for every one of his movies.
it's insane.
And this was a Tim Burton movie. Did you know that?
yeah. Tim Burton loves Johnny Depp.
I know. I just had no idea. And it's got really good reviews. I used to watch the movie all the time as a kid.
But they
Same.
definitely they nerfed it down in the movie compared to because it wasn't the original like the kids would actually die.
I don't think
No?
they.
Or was it
I mean, it was
original?
based on a kid's book. Like,
It was
By Roald
Charlie,
Dahl, it's-
Charlie and the Chocolate
The
Factory.
OG film is literally similar to the Depp one,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah, the Depp one's just more goofy. I watched the original one a lot as a kid too. I'm forgetting it now though. I know the
The
ending was
wall-
more dark.
The flavored wall in the OG film, it would have strips of candy that you could lick the wall and
Okay.
Okay.
Don't remember that.
Only you.
But
Charlie.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if you guys heard. Alec Baldwin killed.
Come on, we not
you
joking
guys are.
about.
You
this.
laughed at that. You're
No.
unreal.
no,
It
I
threw me.
didn't.
It threw me off guard. All right, it
We're-
caught me off guard. There you go. You're laughing. Just
You're
for that.
disgusting.
Is that Kevin Spacey behind you?
We're
All
20
right.
minutes in. If people are still listening, then they know those are the kind of jokes.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We're
Um,
about 20 minutes, half hour in. All right.
Let's go
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah. Let's move forward. I'm
Should we
sure
do
there's
Dune?
Yeah, we should do Dune first because then we're gonna get into trailers, which will lead us into. So,
Okay.
I'm sure we'll remember some entertainment news along the way. So I'm assuming one of us might chime in with something. But let's get into a quick non-spoiler review for Dune. Us personally here on the podcast that you're seeing right now went last night to watch it. It also released on HBO Max for those of you at home that may want to watch it. I don't think Kyler's seen it yet. I don't think he will anytime soon.
No,
Yeah.
I was talking about it before.
So we'll go into a quick non-spoiler just for those who haven't seen it yet by the time the episode comes out. And then we'll do spoilers because I do want to talk about it and I do want to ask you some questions, Darian, because Darian has read the book. Have you read it, Joey?
I only read like the first few chapters.
Okay, so Darian will be our resident Dune expert.
True.
So
I'll do what I can. It's been a while.
Joey, just a quick off the top of like your initial reaction rating for the movie. What are you at right now?
Okay. So yesterday, just because of movie experience, I was gonna give it a 7. But I rewatched some of the clips. I wanted to be unbiased, and I'm bumping it up to like an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
Now, elaborate on what you mean by theater experience.
Do you mean like the sound? Is that what you're talking about?
It was the sound, some of the audio, and the seats were just not comfortable. But besides that, if it's movie, that's why I'm saying unbiased from theater experience.
Yeah, I'm not taking that into account for I'm
Okay.
focus on the movie, Joey. Come on.
But if it's sorry, comfortability is very important. Anyways, it was more on audio. That was pretty much it.
Okay. So I haven't gone back to rewatch those scenes that I missed. Pretty much what me and Joey are referring to is there are some scenes where the characters are like whispering or crying while they're talking. And you can't really understand what they're saying. So there's some dialogue that we missed in the theater. So with that an account, I guess not really. My experience watching it, 8 out of 10 for me, which could go up if I were to watch it on HBO Max here at home or something like that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I knew nothing about Dune going into it, so it was like a new experience for me. And I loved it. So, Darian, Mr. Dune over here.
So as you guys know,
Yeah,
Dune has been my most anticipated movie of the year, closely followed by Eternals and Spider-Man No Way Home, which are both coming up very soon. I have read the book. I read it last year when I found out the movie was coming out, again. And let me tell you, Dune the book is a dense 750-page epic that spans years worth of content. And it is a book not so much about good and evil. It's more about the gray area in between and alliances, politics, religion, betrayals, family. It is like, but the thing with the book is that the concepts are better than the way it was written, in my opinion, which is why Joey only got through a couple chapters, because it's tough.
What they wanted to say was better than how they conveyed it, pretty much.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of information that isn't explained well enough, condensed into a few chapters in the beginning, which is why my interest in it kind of slowed down, because it quickly goes into politics and whatnot. So you really have to like grind through it like Darian did and actually enjoy, and then you'll soon get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things where Frank Herbert crafted this world with kings and queens and emperors and, religions and people and all this stuff, and then just threw you into it like you've been living in this world for 10 years. So it starts off and is like the Duke is meeting with the emperor for the spice, this and that.
And no one
so
knows what the
it
heck
takes
is happening, kind of. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about 100 pages to get into it. So I was worried about how well they would do translating those big concepts into the movie form.
I think they did well. Personally, as someone again who didn't read the book, I understand pretty much all of it. So
they kind of got it to the T with that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Good.
Like everything was pretty spot
on with the book, which is insane to me. I don't. It takes such an ability to take those concepts and put them into this 2.5-hour movie, explain them, introduce you to all these characters, move the plot forward and all this stuff. And what this movie is, for people who don't know, it's part one of
Right.
what is set to be a saga of movies.
Mini spoiler, because we had no idea. I had no idea going into the movie that it was part one until like right before I was checking IMDb and I saw like part two was already, and I was like, okay, so this is not even.
And I looked it up. They haven't announced part two, and Rebecca Ferguson was saying she doesn't even know. She hasn't been contacted. There's no plans for it, which is annoying.
That is annoying. There's no way they don't do a part two.
Oh,
I think.
I would hope
better.
I with the way this movie turned out, yeah, I think you have to, and I think there's no reason to say no. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If you guys haven't seen Dune by the time this episode comes out,
in
go
like a
into
month,
it with the expectation, that it is an introduction to the saga.
Right.
It is not a movie with a beginning, middle, and end. It is, we're introducing you to this world and this story.
It definitely felt like A New Hope. Like, okay, there's more to this type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is the great way to describe it. A great way. Where A New Hope had beginning, middle, and end, but it was the introduction to a saga in the sense that this is the world that we're bringing. There's a lot of lore. Yeah. We're not going to explain to you how Darth Vader became Darth Vader in this movie or why Palpatine is where he is. We're just going to show you them and give you the plot. And that's what this is. You don't understand why the Baron is who he is, why he's so big, why he's floating on this thing. Mm-hmm. You find that stuff out, you find out why spice is so important to the galaxy. You find out why the Atreides houses are so important. What are the other houses and all these political things and what the religions are, the Bene Gesserit and all these people. I thought it was one of the best I think
story movies I've ever seen, legitimately.
If for any reason, which I doubt, but for any reason they don't, like, they're not able to do the part two, I think the ending was still decent enough where it's sort of vague, but at the same time in your head you can be like, okay, I see how the story ends. It's there's it kind of leaves it up to your imagination.
It's not a cliffhanger like Infinity War.
It's not a cliffhanger. It's open, it's ambiguous, but it's not a cliffhanger. Yep. So it's like I can see where clearly somehow if it were to end there, I would still be content.
Yeah, but there is a lot more that happens after this. The movie spans, it starts to span the years. This was the first half of the book where it shows you what happens, and now you get into the next few years.
I read up on it a little bit after, just to see if I fully understood, which I did most of it, and I was like, okay, wait, no, I missed this a little bit. From what I gathered, it's kind of like it's like the first half or almost like the first 2/3 of the book.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is awesome. That's pretty. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was, dude.
It was a lot.
2.5 hours had a lot of story. It was dense.
I leaned up to Darian. I'm like, how long is this movie? Because I was like, so much has happened, and I feel like there's still so many things that like have yet to happen.
I felt like I had to pay attention to every single word.
Crazy.
Which is why it was frustrating at times when you couldn't hear the audio, because you need every single word when watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the kind of movie that I like, though. What you said is you have to pay attention to everything. He trusts you that you are coming into this movie not looking for explosions and nonstop,
like a Star Trek battles, space.
You're not going to get Transformers 1. And this is what I'm saying. When Jose comes out of that theater, shout out to Jose, hated this movie. You're not intellectually capable of understanding the magnitude of the story of this movie, Jose. All right? I'm going to timestamp this for you.
Starting internet drama.
Let's do it.
And I understand where this movie may not be for everyone. By no means is it bad. There's no human that can say this is a bad movie. The ships and the buildings in this movie are so big and done so well that you feel the scale of how massive and how far in the future,
especially in IMAX. They're so massive.
You were in it.
Let me tell you something.
This movie takes place at 10,000 years in the future, and you feel it. It's crazy.
This may be the most beautiful movie I've watched.
Thank you.
Cinematically,
I gotta agree with that. It is very
cinematically,
beautiful.
this may have been the most. And I'm gonna tell you a scene that's underrated. The literally towards the end. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but when it's literally like, what is it? Dawn. It's pretty much the brink of
Yeah.
dawn, and it's like very dark, and you can barely make out the characters, but at the same time, it's just light enough to see, like, you can tell who it is, but you can barely.
Dude.
That to me, I was like, this is awesome because this is literally what it looks like in person.
I'm so
like,
calm.
yeah, it's like if you
There-
were in person, that's what it would look like. It didn't look fake. You know what I mean? Where like artificial
Yes.
lighting or anything like is.
And there were so many scenes that while I was watching it, I was like, I'm gonna see this in a montage soon.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
this is gonna be one of
100%.
those things like most beautiful shots in film.
Mhm.
And there was like 9, 10 different shots. And oh my goodness, all the actors in this movie played their characters to a T
Dude,
and were used perfectly.
excellent.
Shout out
I
to
mean-
Jason Momoa. He jumped up a little bit on my list. He did really well in this movie, I think.
He did.
Yeah.
You grow such an attachment to his character so quickly just because
Yeah.
of the way
Exactly.
he acts.
These characters, I mean, we've discussed before, we're talking Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet.
Man, Skarsgård.
All these
Skarsgård
characters-
was the freaking
Skarsgård,
the
the
Baron.
Baron.
Yeah.
It's
These are
insane.
characters that within the first few times that you see them, you're developing attachments to them. You're scared of them. You're intimidated by them. That is like a master storyteller ability. Now, like I said, it's not a movie where there are a lot of action scenes or, big explosions. When there is action scenes, they're amazing. I'm talking 10 out of 10.
that night
Big
scene
scale.
was,
Yes.
Huge
Yeah.
scale, dude.
that was awesome.
Like I was watching it and I was literally smiling. I was like, this is better than I expected.
right.
This is amazing. And I couldn't get over the scenery, the
We
ships,
missed- we
the grandeur
missed
of it all.
Josh Brolin also killed it in the movie. Did
Oh,
you mention his name? I
absolutely.
don't even know if you mentioned
I
it.
did,
So,
yeah.
Freaking, I love him.
Amazing.
He's so good.
And
it's
I
weird
saw-
seeing him now outside of the Thanos. Like
I
just kinda,
know.
like
Every time I hear him,
yeah,
He's still fit, man. The dude is
yeah,
fit.
it's crazy.
balanced, as all things should be. I'm like, every time I hear him, I picture
Oh
him
my
saying that kind of stuff. I saw a review, which really killed me because I hate when reviewers reach for this kind of stuff.
Uh-oh.
And it was saying, all it was saying was the women in Dune are like minor characters compared to the male characters. And I'm
Book
like,
was written in
wow.
the 70s.
I'm like, one, you're wrong. I
His
mean,
mom-
I'm not going to ruin anything. Yeah, I'm not going to ruin anything, but his mom is literally the second most important character in this movie.
Mhm.
She's in it almost as much as him.
Literally, she's like in every other scene. You know what I mean? Like,
And Zendaya's character in the book does not come in until the second half of the book. So when I see these reviews of not utilized enough, stuff like that, he could have went the route of not utilizing her at all. He took it a little bit differently, and I appreciate what he did with her character. But I mean,
what was it Sykes or something?
camera.
Oh, sorry.
Who?
The
Wanda Sykes?
No.
Oh.
I forget her character's name. The
one who said
the Judge of Change or whatever. The one that
The one that was sent by the Emperor. She was
correct.
with the Freeman.
Oh,
and
In
the
the
people.
book, it's a man,
Yeah.
no?
It is. It's
So-
a gender swap.
Hello, you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't even care. That's a perfect example of something that I do not care that it was switched from a man to a woman because it doesn't impact anything. She did a great job in the role.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter if that role is played by a man or a woman. It's not important to the role.
mhm.
I didn't even notice, to be honest with you. But I do remember when they announced that, people were like, oh, it's a gender swap character. And he didn't do that for any political reasons. He did that because he was probably casting and was like, wow, she's perfect for
fit the
this
role.
role.
She probably auditioned for another role, and he was like, you know what? Let's use you for this role instead. And
Yeah.
yeah.
She did a great job.
Mhm.
I thought this movie was beautiful. Man, I am really, really feeling a 9 out of 10 on this movie. And that would be,
Wow.
I am, man. I've never seen an introduction to a saga. Well, I haven't seen one in a long time like this. Done so flawlessly that if this
I'm
movie
wondering-
has a second and a third, it will be regarded the way
I
Lord
feel
of the
like
Rings is regarded.
I'm wondering if I had read the book, if my rating would be higher. Because
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking
compare
about
it
before
to something
too.
and be like, wow, it was good, and it's even better because they stayed true
Yes.
to the book. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm wondering.
It's possible, but as movie reviewers, I don't think it's important that we have read, the book. I think it's more just judging.
No, but it always gonna. Be
But
in the
it
back
has
of, It's gonna
accentuated
be in
my
the
thing.
back of your head, like, you know what? Oh, they did this different than the book. They did this different. You know what I mean?
Trying to see my last 9 that I added.
Um,
Yeah, it's been about 2 years since I've added a 9. Endgame is a 9. I think that was my last 9.
the score. The score for this movie was
Let,
it was flawless.
Ah,
Yeah,
let me tell you,
The
I
music.
have been I have been listening to this at the gym for 2 months
score
now.
is, Joey. That's what the score is.
Yeah, it's the score. And when I saw Hans Zimmer drop the soundtrack and it's on Apple Music and YouTube and all that stuff, I was listening to it and I was like, this is a vibe. And then you see it in the movie, just blasting during these crazy fight scenes. The explosion scene. I'm not going to get into it, but the explosion scene, and you just hear it. She starts singing. And it's like the drums. I was like, oh my goodness, the intensity is out of this world. And I just realized that entire explosion scene took place at night, but I never felt like I was missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, like,
This is
What
I
was a
mean.
recent movie that was done
That's
with
what
the
I
dark
mean.
scenes, and I was like frustrated by it?
No,
Man,
yeah.
I can't remember. There was a
yeah.
movie I just watched recently, and I was like, the dark scenes were killing me.
Oh, it's The
But-
Dark Knight Rises.
No, it's not the dark. A fool. Not a.
But yeah,
Anyway.
I definitely enjoyed it. The cast was just amazing. Score, amazing. Story, obviously. I mean, it's not a new story, but amazing the way they portrayed it in the
Yep.
movie. My only flaw.
This will be my second Denis Villeneuve film in my 9s.
Number one's Arrival. Yeah.
That is correct.
My only flaw was just that, like, just some missed dialogue. But I also don't feel like maybe that was. It could have been an IMAX problem. It could have just been audio mixing. I don't know yet. I would have to go back and see.
So we are having a bit of a tizzy with this whole IMAX stuff going on, because the last few movies we've seen, a common complaint from the group has been difficulty hearing certain dialogue. And
Venom,
I can
can't
understand
blame
it.
IMAX.
yeah, my argument for Venom was I couldn't understand Tom Hardy when he was speaking normally. He sounded muffled and just doesn't open his mouth when he speaks.
he doesn't move his teeth.
Yeah. So I blamed it more on sound mixing. Tenet was literally the sound mixing that was purposeful. So that was difficult to understand.
We didn't even watch that in IMAX.
Okay.
That was climax of COVID.
So
even
then
still.
imagine.
Yeah, that was just terrible on their part.
And then some people came out of Dune with this same feeling. So when we go to see Spider-Man No Way Home, we are going to,
We'll do both.
looks like some of us are going to do both. Yeah. IMAX, and then we're going to go again in Dolby Atmos that same week, which is Dolby Atmos has different projectors. They
And
have
it's
newer
supposed to
projectors,
focus more on the sound.
and there are 48 speakers throughout the
Dang.
room. Yeah, they're all around, and then there's 4 subwoofers on the ceiling. So it's a bit of a different experience, focused more on the sound. So that'll be interesting to see if it's the IMAX theater or if the
sound
movies were
production.
just having a trouble.
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll see.
But we're seeing Eternals in IMAX.
That's right. So we'll see with that one also if we haven't that same complaint for any of the scenes.
True.
Yeah, which will be interesting because Eternals is another one that I believe is a character piece. So I'm sure there will be whispering scenes or talking scenes.
Definitely. Yeah.
And
lot
we're going
more
to theater
dialogue
19 as
focus.
usual.
Oh yeah, you already know. All right. Well, I think that's enough of Dune.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you for that segue. We're gonna get into our trailer talk. Not our main trailer talk, but we'll get into some trailers that have recently come out. I'm gonna start off with the most recent because only once we get into DC Fandome, that's like multiple under that category. So let's start with Uncharted, which just came out yesterday or today.
2 days ago, I
2
believe.
days ago. I don't know.
It's been 2 days already.
No, I think it was yesterday.
Um,
I'm pretty sure it was Thursday.
I don't know. Time is melding
Anyway, who
together.
cares? Yeah,
I know,
this
right?
week.
It's all
it came
over.
out at some point this week. For those who don't know, Uncharted is a video game, which is being adapted into a movie, and Tom Holland is the main star alongside Mark Wahlberg. So, what did you guys think of the trailer? I personally, I enjoyed it. It actually looks better than I thought it would look.
It looks like a fun action movie.
Right? Yeah.
I loved it, and I was surprised to see the mixed feelings online.
Yeah.
It was not unanimously loved. Some people were like, "This is cheesy. This isn't Uncharted." And the video game community is going to come out in droves, no matter what it is, and say it's not true to the source. Listen, I don't care. It looks like a fun, good old like Indiana Jones style, which is what Uncharted is, action movie.
Mm-hmm. It looks good. It looks like it hits the right stride with. It's gonna have its comedic relief here and there, but also it's story driven. The action, the airplane scene looked great. That's straight out of the game. Yep, that's straight out of the game. Like
so is him coming out of the water with the Henley, straight out of the game.
All of it. So I think it looks really good. And Tom Holland, yeah, he's a little bit younger.
That's exactly what I told you. I'm like, it's so strange to see Tom Holland play like an adult, because you see him as Spider-Man, Peter Parker as a high schooler, then you see him as a bartender shooting a gun. You're like, my brain, it hurts.
True.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, how old is Nathan Drake in this movie? Do we know? Is this like an origin story to how he gets started and all this stuff? If so,
it is.
I can see it.
It is how he gets started. But I think he's younger in the movie than he was in the game. Type of,
which is fine with me. You do that, now you have someone that could play, if this is well received and makes a good amount of money
going forward, and then
you have Uncharted 2, 3, 4, and I'm here for it. Like, I love these kind of movies as long as they're not intentionally garbage. There's a difference between a fun movie that you go for a good time, like what Fast and Furious used to be, and then when they embrace it too much and it's just bad under the guise of we're just trying to be a fun movie. Never seen it, but I've seen the ratings.
So bad.
And that was what Fast and Furious 9 was to me. It was like, no, don't take us seriously. I haven't taken you guys seriously in 5 movies, but it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how bad do you have to be for me to literally go in saying this is fake? I know it's going to be fake and still do too much.
Yeah.
Uncharted doesn't look like it'll be that. It looks like from the trailer,
it'll be a good balance.
If you can literally go to a movie, turn your brain off, and your brain is still like, wow, this is stupid. That's how you know.
I could spend another hour talking about how bad Fast 9 was.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So give me a good, fun action movie like this. I'm all for it. I love these kind of movies.
I'm excited for it. I think the action looks good. It looks like a video game movie, which I'm okay with. You know what I mean?
It looks like a good time.
Yeah.
It literally looks like we're gonna leave happy, satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the trailer, guys, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, here we go.
You
know
what? Make a based on the trailer of you forgetting your stuff.
Based on the trailer, it looks like it might be the first good video game movie. I'm pretty sure the streak is still alive of garbage. I don't think there's anyone that's good, right?
Video game adaptations are never good. Although, which kind of leads me into, it's not a trailer, but it brings me back to some entertainment news, like I said. This reminds me, have you guys seen the set photos and videos of Last of Us?
Yes.
With Pedro Pascal.
Wow.
It looks great, number one. They are embodying their characters perfectly. Pedro Pascal literally walks like the video game character, like perfectly. Like, I couldn't tell the difference. The set looks exactly like the game. It
Yep.
looks amazing, and you know what? HBO, if it's anything like the set photos are looking, where it looks even better, you know, when we're actually watching it, it's gonna be a good show.
I think that's been the problem. Maybe that's been the problem with video game movies, where they're doing these games that the storyline isn't that great in the first place. Well, that's not always true, because if I'm correct, Assassin's Creed has won like a lot of awards and stuff. They just did the movie really bad. But The Last of Us won like literally best game of the year for the storyline. You take that and you adapt it with these people.
Here's the thing. I can see Last of Us being way better than the Uncharted movie is going to be. For one reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the thing with video game, how long does it take you to beat a campaign in a video game?
I've never beaten a story game.
Hey, why not? Takes
It's
too
not
long.
his type of games.
Takes too long.
It's not his type of.
Yeah, I usually just run out of interest.
I'll be real. I used to beat them. Now I'm more focused on multiplayer. I'll start a story, a campaign, and halfway through I'll be like, I want to go do multiplayer. But
can't do it.
If you were to play a storyline all the way through, how long did it take? For example, last story game that I beat was Spider-Man for PlayStation. Right?
What was it, like 8 hours or something? Maybe if you play like.
Real?
Nonstop?
I imagine
No.
a few weeks. That's what I'm picturing.
Just the Spider-Man storyline is 24 hours.
Oh, dang.
Something like that. If you play all the way. Some games are less.
Okay.
So
It's
Spider-Man.
a good amount of
That makes
time,
sense.
though.
Okay.
Well, if you span it out correctly, then yeah.
24 hours of gameplay into a 2-hour long movie.
It's a good point.
That's the problem. There's so
That
much
is a good
being
point.
cut out. There's so much you have to like get from this point to this point in a way quicker time than it would in a game. This is why I think Last of Us would do better, because it's a show. It's drawn out over episodes. If they're hour-long episodes,
Yes.
boom, say you have 8,
True.
that's 8 hours worth of gameplay rather than 2
Go
hours.
true.
You know what I mean?
Or like even the way Dune is doing it, where they're spanning it over, the goal
2
is to do
movies.
multiple
Yeah.
movies.
Mhm.
Like do it, man. It's tough to compact these crazy stories into, that short amount of time. That was a good point. I appreciate that. Plus they got the HBO Max funding. So if you're funded by HBO Max or
I see that.
Amazon,
Do we all three have the
Is-
same headphones?
Is the Batman? On HBO as well?
Steel Series. Yeah.
Is
Is the Batman what?
I said, do
The
we all
Batman
have
movie.
the same
It's going
headphones,
into
Joey?
Okay, we're clearly going different. Okay.
Oh, that's hot.
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'm sorry. Is the Batman at HBO? I think so. Yeah.
The show that they're gonna make. Okay, well then, that's okay.
Well, it's GCPD, right? And Catwoman and the Penguin. Those are the 3 that they're making. It's not a Batman show. Correct me if I'm
Is it?
wrong.
I'm looking at
I don't
Wiley.
think it's a
hopefully
Batman
him
show.
give me some comfort.
I heard they might do a Batman show spinoff also, but I could be wrong. We'll see. I do know they're focusing a lot on
Interesting.
GCPD, Penguin,
Yep.
and then Catwoman.
Those 3 are confirmed.
Yeah.
We discussed that on Movie News last week.
Say Gordon.
With this guy playing
Jeffrey
Gordon,
Wright.
which I love, by the way.
Jeffrey Wright.
Love it.
Yeah.
He's amazing. That dude is like, whenever I see him in something, I'm like,
There you go.
even in 007.
Another he's Gordon's usually a white man. Now it's played by a black man. Doesn't change anything in the story. You can still
Doesn't
play your
change,
character
nope.
perfectly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Give me a reason that influences your opinion of the movie. If it does, there is no good reason. So what do I care if Gordon's like that? We're all on the same page.
Anyway,
there.
so we move on to Uncharted. All right, we're gonna just move on past whatever he said. So from Uncharted,
honestly.
now we're gonna hit up DC Fandome. As previously mentioned, what was it last weekend? Right?
I think so.
Last
Yes.
Saturday.
Yeah, it was last weekend.
Yeah.
Last
Wow,
Saturday
time
was
flew by.
DC Fandome. For those who don't know, every year DC holds like an expo. Disney does it. All the major companies do it, and they pretty much just like tease what's to come in the near future with their company. DC teased multiple different projects. You have all the video games that are coming out, which I'm super excited for. You have The Flash, the Flashpoint pretty much storyline, Black Adam, Shazam 2, the Batman. Am I missing anything? any other ones? I think that's about it.
No,
right?
I mean it was
think
3
so.
hours of
Yeah,
just.
it was. I mean, a lot of fluff and a lot of talking and
Jeez,
They
3
spent-
hours. 3
They
hours.
spent more time on Cam Newton talking about his hat line that he's doing than they did on Flash.
that's
Do you
wild.
understand how crazy that is?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, why
It's
3 hours? Why
insane.
span 3 hours? I don't know. That makes no sense. Okay. Anyways,
I mean, you do an hour and a half, and give some time. You obviously save the Batman for last. I get it. That's why everyone's there. But I mean, hit Black Adam first. Bring everyone in. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna go to Flash. Now we're gonna go to this girl that we're working on. Now we're gonna go to. My
Yeah.
goodness.
So let's start off with, I guess, Black Adam. I personally didn't watch that teaser just because I don't care that much.
you don't care.
This movie was announced when I was in elementary school, and here we are
like, at
finally
this
getting
point-
our first trailer.
At this point, I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? And
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm excited for it.
Well, what did the teaser look like? Well, how?
It was literally like 20 seconds of these I don't know, mercenaries with guns coming into the temple. She reads off the hieroglyphic. I can't speak. Sorry. Hold on. Clip this.
Hieroglyphic.
Hieroglyphics.
Thank you.
Hieroglyphic. You got it, Joey. You got it. Come on. We believe in you.
Anyways, she says
She read the
Shazam.
hieroglyphics. Mhm.
She read the hieroglyphics, and lightning bolt comes down, and you don't see the Rock's face. You just see his outline. He stands up, chokes one
He's
of
got
the
the hood on.
mercenaries, and just literally just kills him with lightning. And he's just a gargantuan man. I can't tell if the mercenary's small or it's just the Rock's huge. I know he's a big guy.
Yeah,
Well, there's
no,
no
he is a big guy.
padding. It's literally a suit with no
No.
padding or anything.
Literally,
so-
it's just him.
Zachary Levi's like shaking right now, seeing that with all the padding he had for Shazam.
It took out a lot of padding for the second movie, though.
They did.
I know,
It's a
good.
lot better,
It looks
but-
a lot better. You know, I thought it was a good teaser. I love teasers like that. That's the definition of a teaser. It's like, wow, like I need more.
Hmm.
I still don't. After the stretch of movies that The Rock has been in these past 10 years,
You don't know where to pinpoint him as.
I
As
don't.
an actor.
I don't know if he's. I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think.
He's
I feel
literally
like
the
this
next
movie will
Nicolas
determine
Cage.
it. Yes.
Yeah, he just does whatever to make money, and then
He just
advertises
plays himself.
tequila.
He
Is
just plays
Nicolas
himself.
Cage good or bad? We don't know. If we don't know for the Rock either. Yeah.
So it's just this. This is a movement. And breathing.
National
my
independence.
I feel like
Yeah, when
Black Adam will determine if he's. I feel like this will fit him a lot better.
When you
but
see
it's-
movies like San Andreas and Rampage, and what was the other one he did?
Sky,
All these
Skyline-
garbage
tower-
skyscrapers or skyline.
Yeah, something
Skyscraper.
like that.
Thank you. The holy trinity of garbage, $200 million budget, over CGI, terribly acted, and predictable action movies. I mean, they're all the same. There's no difference with those movies.
Yeah.
They're just buildings falling, catastrophe, apocalypse.
You know what movie was pretty good with The Rock, and I did enjoy it.
Game plan. Oh,
But still my favorite to this day.
Gameplay was a good one. Snitch. Did you ever watch that one? Where he's
I
a
don't
truck
think so.
he's a truck driver, and his son
Yes.
gets in trouble, and he has to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's older, right?
Yeah, that one's like, it's got to be like 2011 or something like that.
He wasn't nearly as jacked as he was now.
He was jacked. It was like just
He's
at the
just-
beginning
he's
when he was
lean-ish.
like getting into where he is now.
Didn't he have hair in that movie?
No, I think he had a buzz
Or am I
cut.
wrong?
I think he had the buzz cut already.
Okay.
But it was a good movie. I'm pretty sure John Bernthal was in it. The Punisher, the guy who plays the Punisher.
Ah, that's my boy. Yeah. And Michael K. Williams. Wow.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Benjamin Bratt, too.
It was a pretty
Yeah, he was
good
bald here.
movie. He was good. He was good in that one. So he has his hit or misses, which is like we haven't seen him like
I mean,
a good stretch
about
of
power.
movies,
even Kevin Hart goes on his like every 2 or 3 years he'll do a serious, sad movie. He did that movie with
With the baby.
Bryan
Oh,
Cranston.
with Bryan Cranston too.
Yep. And then he just recently did a movie. I think it was Dadhood or
Yeah.
Fatherhood or
It's
something like
the
that.
single
You know,
father. Mhm.
exactly. A serious movie flexing his acting chops, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I don't know.
just
Shazam's
that
okay.
There's just so much
I mean-
anticipation for the movie, and you have so much fan art that's coming out, and you just get like 20 seconds. You're like, dude, just give us something already. It's just annoying.
But is there
Yeah.
anticipation at this point? Isn't all anticipation gone?
You're not
It
lying.
is. It's oversaturation, which I don't think is a problem
There
for
you go.
big movies. But with Black Adam, it's too much.
It definitely is.
8 years worth of teasers and hype and announcements, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that must be the way
Just
Kyler feels about Spider-Man. No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's like,
I'm all for more information for that movie. I love it as long as it's not spoilery. I love announcements. I love trailers. I love all that, and I want to talk about it and I want to theorize. But that's because it's Spider-Man. I don't know.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Black Adam isn't that level of
Exactly.
fandom. You know what I mean? If you're a diehard DC Comics, of course, yeah, you know who Black Adam is and you're excited, but it's not like that level.
If they decided to keep Henry Cavill and do Man of Steel 2, then it would be really
yeah.
hyped up.
I would love to see Superman versus Black Adam. Like that would.
Bro, imagine they brought Henry Cavill out for this DC fandom. An announcement like that, or they brought Ben Affleck and he's like, I'm
Man, it
playing
would be
Batman in another movie.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah,
It
But-
would.
but
DC doesn't know what they're doing. Continue.
no, they don't. All right,
So-
well, continuing. You mentioned Batfleck, so let's go to the Flash. I watched.
Darian.
I watched this one. Darian he's the most strongly opinionated one in
Indeed.
terms of this teaser. So let's start with your thoughts, sir.
I wouldn't say I'm strong in opinion. I just didn't think it was. I didn't think it was a good teaser. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I'm more excited to see how they do Flashpoint than I am for the movie because I know the story. I've seen the animated and it's amazing.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm more excited for that. But just, I mean, the teaser was okay. The suit was nice. I liked it. I thought it was cool. And then I love seeing the Michael Keaton, Batman cowl at the end. I thought that was amazing. Love it. So
Yeah.
again, another underwhelming. Like that's all they were going to give us. Seriously, it's like the movie's coming out next year. At a certain point, we got to start doing a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
That's just me.
I feel you.
There's usually a formula with these teasers, though. Like they have like a mini teaser, then they have like the official teaser trailer, which will drop on like YouTube, like 6 months before the movie, and then you have the official trailer that's like a month or two, and that's when they start doing their press tour and all that stuff. So we'll see.
Oh, Peacemaker too. I actually forgot about
That's
that one. So we
right.
got to talk about that after this.
That's right.
That's right.
Joey, your thoughts on Flash?
I like the suit.
You love the Flash, so
True, he is one of my favorite heroes.
yeah.
but
so I
You
definitely
did
wanna
make a
hear-
great mask that time. Remember that
Indeed.
mask
Yeah.
that you made?
Indeed.
Yeah,
it was
remember,
great.
Remember you made it a mask.
I think so.
Time
I think so.
that.
Yes.
Good. Keep talking. I'll pull up the picture. God,
How dare you don't expose me like that? You will not expose me like that.
I will keep talking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Anyways, the cowl, it looked kind of bulky and whatnot. Hopefully, it's better in the film. I think it might have been just the angle.
There's still a
can't-
lot more to see.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
There was
They
a
didn't
lot
give
of
us much.
information missing, like Keaton, the second Barry in there, Supergirl randomly showing up.
Oh, wrong picture.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Pobrecito.
He's not
He
even,
ain't-
he's not
he
even
ain't
on
here.
to defend himself.
And it was like
He's boarding
it
his
right there.
plane.
Oh wait, was it wrong?
What is that? I don't even
that's
know
a
what that
senior
is.
pictures.
What?
Yeah.
I never saw those.
Oh, it's glorious.
Um,
I can't find it anyway.
and I felt like the whole time it was just in like the same sort of like area, right? Like the scene, it was all in like the back.
Yeah,
cave,
it was
pretty
all
much.
in Batcave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, not much to honestly. I don't know.
I don't
What did
know
you
what
feel
the
about
deal
it,
with
Wiley?
the second Barry. Go ahead.
He's just from another timeline.
I guess it's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Again, yeah, we definitely need more. I mean, I don't know. I think it looks cool, but there's not enough to go off of.
No, and the second
Agreed.
Barry, his Flash outfit's made out of Batman
Batman's
suit.
Yeah, he just paints over it, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool detail. Are you doing a Rubik's Cube right now?
How are you? Anyway,
This fool. All right. I guess we can move on to Peacemaker.
have we talked about Peacemaker?
No,
yet?
I don't think so.
Have we discussed? Okay. What did you guys think?
I mean, we
I
don't
want to
have
go first this
We don't
time.
have to talk about it. We can. We don't have to.
The eagle was what made my day.
This man hugged the bald eagle.
He's like, Dad, take a picture.
It definitely looks very funny.
Yes.
I'm not interested in it at all. I can't tell you. You know, when they announced that John Cena was going to have his own spinoff of Peacemaker, I was like, that's just weird. And it is. It is darn weird, I tell you.
Based off the trailer, it looks very action packed. It looks very funny. It looks, I don't know. I think this is gonna be probably their best DC project, just off of ratings. I can see it being that way.
Really?
I'm not saying it is the best in terms of content, but in terms of like watchability and stuff like that, I think it will be, because I think fans are gonna be like, "Wow, this is a good time," type of thing.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Trailer
There's not
was
much to
funny.
say about it. Yeah,
Yeah, there's really not
Yeah.
much.
you get Vigilante and whatnot.
Vigilante looked pretty cool. I like the suit. It was dope.
True. What else did we miss? I'm trying to think. There was another trailer.
That main trailer. Well, they had all the video game ones.
Oh, the Batman.
The Batman. That's all. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. The Holy Grail, the Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson.
Give it to me.
I cannot be more excited for this movie.
Yes.
I think, look at this dude. Kind of like thinking ahead as to like what movies are coming out next year. This may be my most highly anticipated one.
March, right?
Yeah, and I think it might
That
be.
is soon, dude.
It might be movie of the year. I mean, I don't know what else is coming out that's gonna really
me
compete
tell
with
you.
it next year.
Did Dark Knight win Best Picture?
I don't think so.
Quick, look it up.
Quick,
Yeah.
look it up.
2008.
We'll stall the viewers. Anyway,
Picture.
this podcast is sponsored by SteelSeries headsets.
Nuts.com. No Country for Old Men won in 2008, which I hear is an amazing movie. I've never seen it.
Okay.
But it won over The Dark Knight, which is quite literally one of the best movies of all time. I don't see a superhero movie of any sort ever winning Best Picture. But might be our favorite movie of next year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Or it could be garbage.
When I say
I don't know
movie
yet.
of the year, I mean in terms of like what we watch.
Regular.
It's always gonna be some historic timepiece that nobody knows anything about. That's
Out
gonna
of
win.
pocket.
It's gonna win Best Picture.
No one's seen.
Yeah.
That's why DiCaprio did Revenant.
Yeah.
He
That's
wanted
literally
that Oscar. He did these, he did all these Titanic, Catch Me If You Can, Wolf of Wall Street. He's like, you know what? I'll just take Revenant. This is
Yeah.
what's going to get me there.
Literally.
And they got him the Oscar.
Literally. The first time
Revenant's good, but
time
it's a
I saw
one-time
the
watch.
Revenant trailer, I was like, oh, that's his Oscar nomination right there. That's his Oscar win.
yeah. And it was beautifully shot and beautifully acted.
Mhm.
One-time watch. It's not like these movies with rewatchability, that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But no, this trailer was unreal, dude.
The color schemes, I love how it's like
Yes.
it's always like at sunset or sunrise. There's still scenes with
True.
him like in the daytime, sort of. You know what I mean? Like you don't get a lot of that from the other Batman movies. So I don't know. And like the oranges they just pop.
Mhm.
Catwoman looks dope.
Let me tell you.
It looks amazing.
This March is going to be here like this.
Yes.
And we're going to be
Yeah.
like, remember when we were talking about, we've been talking about this movie for a while before the first teaser.
This movie was supposed to be out already.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out like 3 weeks ago.
That's pain.
And then it was
That's
supposed to
pain.
be out like this month or like next month, and then it got pushed to March.
It hurts.
Wow. It does hurt. But I'm going to tell you right
Sound
now.
like Dom right now. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Yo, you're gonna start balding soon.
That was spot on. Wow, man. All right,
You know,
anyway.
let's just voice. We're gonna voice clip that, and you can just save that for.
Yeah, you should.
I know. I want to put it on. I
Good.
need this movie to be 3 hours.
Yes.
I need this thing to be as long as they can possibly make it. I don't want a director's cut. I want. That
I
to
want
be the theatrical
intermission
release.
in the theater. I want an intermission.
Yeah.
I need everything fleshed out because there is so much going on in this trailer. We have Riddler, who seems to be the main villain.
He is. He's the
Mhm.
main villain.
So what's the deal with Penguin here? When does Catwoman come in? Is she working with him? Is she an ally?
So,
I'd love to see the relationship between him and Gordon. We have Alfred. There is a lot to unpack.
So do you want to know what I know without getting into any spoiler territory?
No,
No, it's not any spoiler territory. It's not.
nah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'd rather speculate.
Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? Where the Joe,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Thank you. I need all that thoroughly unpacked in this movie.
I just
And
do
that's what
not
I'm
want to see his parents die for like the 52nd time. Don't do that.
I don't think they will.
Do
I
it
don't
like
think they will.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, where
like
they
Tom
don't
Holland
show-
Spider-Man.
They don't show.
They don't
him
show
go
it.
in.
They hint it. They don't show it. Exactly. I'll be happy. His suit, I love the fact that just deflecting bullets. That scene in the hallway, in the
Bro.
dark, dude, it's so
That
beautiful.
was
That was
beautiful.
insane.
He looks great in the cowl too. Like his
does.
Yeah.
jawline in it is like, wow, that's
I like his
perfectly
voice.
fitting.
I like his voice.
Right?
it was
Sounds
solid.
good.
And that was my biggest complaint about Christian Bale.
Yeah.
That voice was garbage. On rewatches,
Yeah. I do like the I like the Batfleck approach when they made it like a voice changer instead of
I
him
agree,
doing
yes.
it. That was cool.
That was dope.
that to me seems so realistic
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm playing a superhero, like when Tom Holland does Spider-Man,
Yeah.
there, I mean, that is the most recognizable voice outside of Morgan Freeman.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, imagine Morgan Freeman swinging around and not using a voice changer.
Mhm.
I'm here to save
Day.
Gotham City. Again,
Lucius?
It
Lucius
takes away,
Fox.
it just like takes away from your toughness if you're like making a fake voice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it was
just-
funny when they did the whole scene with Donald Glover in the garage where he
Yeah.
had the deep voice.
Yeah.
He's like, I can hear your voice changing, man.
He's like,
You
why
ain't
you
never
sound
done
like
this
that?
before, huh?
Yeah,
um,
he did. He played that character so weird.
he was like,
he
hi.
was like, yeah.
he was
He's
just
like,
like,
you ain't never done this before, right?
yeah.
This is
Um,
America.
But Batman, I'm so excited, man. Like I really don't see another movie beating it out. I don't. That we
There's
know
a lot of
clean.
movies next year.
that we know of that are coming out. Like what else? I mean, if Avatar comes out, maybe it. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. You're forgetting about
Maybe.
Avatar too.
Yeah. Which
Ew,
again, which we know nothing about. We don't have not even like a picture.
The
you know what I
what?
mean?
Water. That's it. This is little
I-
concepts.
I'm all for it, dude. Like, keep it all hidden
Water.
as long as it's not delayed. I need that
Dude,
next December.
It better not be delayed.
I need that next, and it
We'll see.
with the amount of time that they've had. I think he's fleshed it out enough that it's going to be amazing. I don't think this movie is going to be
I
bad.
need Jake Sully.
I need it all, dude. Sam Worthington is 11 years older than when he did this for the first. That is
insane.
crazy. He's a decade older. If he had a kid that was just born during the
Dude.
first movie, they're in middle school now. That's crazy.
That is
Holy
pretty wild.
cow,
Oh
dude.
my
when you think
goodness.
about it like that.
Yeah.
15 years
When
ago,
when
we saw Harrison Ford play what we thought would be the last Indiana Jones, and now he's back again.
and here we are. I'm not gonna make any comments on that. I'm not ageist, you know.
Yeah, you are.
There's gonna
Anyway,
be some political stuff, and just not gonna do it.
we got Joe
I was gonna
Biden
hit
playing.
the BLT community. I was gonna hit them all.
Okay, Dave
Just get
Chappelle.
canceled left and right.
Okay, Chappelle.
You guys want to talk about the Dave Chappelle stuff that's going on right now?
Mm,
Probably not smart. Let's move on.
Nah,
No.
I don't think so.
Come on, man.
No, you can't Biden.
Any more thoughts on Batman from you guys?
I
Any
just
more
can't wait for
questions,
it.
concerns? No.
I just can't wait for it.
No,
That's
I
it.
think I got it out. My only concern is there's a lot, and I hope they give the movie an adequate amount of time to flesh it all out. if they do that, I mean, it looks amazing.
The ending scene to the trailer where the logo and it's upside down and he's in the rain with that
Dude.
was fire.
Walking up to the penguin, that was
Oh my God.
amazing.
The
The
so
music.
good.
I love the music.
Yes, again,
Isn't the penguin a villain?
yeah.
No, he's a hero.
He saves.
No,
the
but
day.
these characters that are ambiguous. They're not all heroes and villains. Good God.
Yes, he is a villain,
Yeah. Okay. So then there's two villains in the movie.
but it's from what I understand, the
Yeah,
penguin
no.
is more of a setup to the show, his show type of thing.
Ah,
He's not as big as
Whoa, take
He's
it
a-
easy,
they're
sweetheart.
using, him, they're using him in like the promos, but he's not the main villain. I don't think he's gonna be there for like most of the movie either.
like Zendaya. But I knew going into the movie she wasn't going to be a big part anyway.
Right? Yeah. What's up, Bren? You
All
want to
right.
show your horses? You want to show your horse?
So just tell him I don't want to see him. Just relay that to
You
him.
shirtless.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
What's up, Red?
Do your horse noise.
Oh, what's up?
¿Cómo
Papi?
hace caballo? Caballo?
I know. This,
Anyway,
oh, he knows the word.
he's trying to show you guys.
You say a duck? Ren, that's a horse, not a duck.
He was making animal noises when we were over there.
Oh yeah, right.
I was like, good boy. Good boy.
You fool! Don't you talk to my son like a dog.
Everyone was like, why are you talking to him like that? I was like, Ren, come here, good boy.
I hate you. All right, moving on. Still on trailer talk, but we're gonna move on to our favorite and or best trailers that have ever been released in our lifetime.
3.
You have 3?
You have.
I have 3.
Oh, thank
Did
goodness.
you have any, Joey?
Maybe 1 or 2, but that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
was
The
tough for
3
me.
I chose are more the way they impacted me
Okay, I like
when
that.
I saw them. I don't know about objectively, you know?
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Like
All
for
right,
me,
Joey.
the first,
go for it, Joey.
like I remember high school. I forgot when it came out, man. 1 second.
Well, it's been a good run, everyone. That's going to be lights out.
Could you imagine we just ended it right there?
Just start playing the lo-fi outro music.
As
Dude, that was gonna
Joey's
get him.
dying over here in the background.
Poor thing's going to spit out his water.
If
Add
Kyler,
water.
Kyler was here, he'd be having a cough attack.
Kyler's had Delta for a month and a half. Everywhere we go, we're in the movies. I'm like, yo, it's a global pandemic still going on. You can't just be coughing all recklessly like that. Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
He's probably going to listen to this on the plane ride
That
too. So.
cough.
Oh man.
Yep.
So bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna
It's
say.
obnoxious.
I was gonna say when the Man of Steel trailer came out, because it'd been so many years since Superman Returns,
Wow.
You
and
got-
just seeing,
I
that was
don't
the start of
remember it.
that was the start of DCU or whatever, and that was when we all had high hopes.
okay.
And yeah, it was epic because the trailer came out where he put his fist on the ground. He had his first flight, and you saw the Sonic
Yeah.
and breaking the sound barrier.
That was a good trailer.
The feels.
I genuinely feel like trailers have been garbage for most of cinema history until like maybe 6 years ago.
100%.
Have you ever watched trailers from 2002?
Oh yeah, they were garbage. It was the same in a
89.
world where one man.
Everything.
theaters. One
Have- Have you ever wondered if you can talk to animals? Well, Steve can. You know, like it was
And it's
super-
Kevin James.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
yeah. It was
Only
like
recently have
voiceovers.
trailers become like
cinematic part of the movie, like cinematically.
Yes.
Like
and they're also not perfect yet. We still have a problem. We just watched the ambulance trailer, the
Showing
Michael
too
Bay movie.
much.
it shows too much. Oh, we didn't even talk about ambulance, bro.
We need to talk about that. Well, we're here right now. We can talk
Yeah.
about it. We just watched. I showed it to Joey before the podcast.
I felt
I had to stop it a minute and a half
I
in
feel like it
because
showed the entire movie in the trailer.
it did.
Literally. There's literally like 20 different locations it took us
You
on,
saw the beginning, the middle, and
the end.
Darren stopped from then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw how they they showed you. Oh man, how did they get out? Oh, that's how they get out of that. Okay, so okay. The only thing I don't know is the end.
Yeah.
And that is frustrating.
Or they did show us the end and we just don't know it yet. And we'll go to
It's totally
we'll
possible.
go watch it.
The movie looks fun though. It looked
It's a Michael
purely
Bay.
like Michael
Straight
Bay.
up Michael Bay.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I like Issa Gonzalez. This
Yep.
dude is like in everything now. He's the young Morbius.
Didn't he just
was
play
in
Candyman?
Yeah. He's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Abdul something.
He's like in a bunch of stuff now. I don't. It's crazy. He must be one of those.
Every now
like,
and then you get those
trending
like Timothy
actors.
Chalamet, man.
Yeah,
Dude's in everything.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, definitely it's like explosions and lens flares and camera angles.
Yeah.
Just literally the camera angles, the colors,
It's
everything.
100%. You could tell it's Michael.
And that's
Bay.
the problem with trailers today. I think a few more years, we're on the right track. They're getting better, but
We'll
a
get
few
that
more years and
perfect
we're
formula.
yes. The balance of I'm trying to think of what was a really good recent trailer. The Batman was a great
The
trailer.
Batman.
We don't even know what the plot is.
The first Eternals trailer was really, really good. Right? It didn't. The first teaser. It didn't really show much.
Agreed.
It
Agreed.
showed just enough, I think. Yeah. That's true. We haven't. Marvel is even guilty of this most of the time too. They show a lot in the trailers.
Yeah, actually, my number one is a Marvel movie, which is obviously
Is it
Endgame.
You see, Endgame is not my number one.
Really, I think it might just be one of the greatest trailers of all time. Not just from me, but I think it might just be. Yeah.
For me, Marvel, nah.
But Endgame specifically. Marvel, I get where you're coming from, but Endgame, their trailer was
Okay.
only the first 15 minutes of Endgame.
Only scenes.
We went
from
into
the
that
first
movie.
15
Oh yeah, you're right.
minutes,
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We
Yep.
went into that movie not knowing what
Anything.
it was going to be about, but thinking we knew.
I think
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. My number one, I think, is Infinity War. When you start off with Samuel Jackson saying there was an idea, and he says the Avengers Initiative with the slow boom, boom.
I got to
in the
go back and
background.
watch this. Oh,
And then it
man.
ends. It's like dun 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 dun, and it ends with them running all together at the end. Like, oh my god.
Oh, he switched everything around. He
Oh,
turned
no.
off his camera.
Oh no, how dare he? Mine stayed the same.
Disgusting.
I think Infinity War might be my favorite. And then, I guess if we're saying on Marvel, Civil War, for the sheer fact that when Spider-Man popped up on screen with the Underoos, like you have your
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
yeah. I
For
think
me, I
that
feel-
was go for it.
I love the Civil War, where just because for the very end, when he says Underoos, I can't get you.
But that's what I was just saying, Joey. I don't know. I don't know you know.
Drew, yeah. 100%.
Me and Joey know why we're laughing. Darian
Yeah.
doesn't know. Check, check your mic.
Are you telling me? When did you mute me? Because my joke was solid. Just now.
You muted yourself and you never unmuted.
I'm a boomer, bro.
Oh my goodness! All right, for those listening,
My joke was solid, and you guys laughed right when I said it. So you just saw me doing the motions, but you didn't hear what I said.
Yes. For those listening and not watching, Darian was like speaking for like 2 minutes. And he was on mute the whole time.
Dude,
Oh,
I
I'm
was
surprised
like,
you didn't hear me say whisper. Go. Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
man,
I couldn't
What was
keep
your
the
you
joke?
guys,
What was your joke?
you guys laughed right when I said it. I was like, Joey just said the same thing you said, Wiley. He just repackaged it like it was his own. So I started going, man, I love Civil War when at the end they said Underoos. And you guys laughed right when I said that. I was like, man, it hit.
I couldn't concentrate. It's just your face. You.
Oh my goodness,
guys-
that was too funny.
I'll tell you, another one of mine was, I remember out on service. I think it was just me and Kylie. You might have been there too, Wiley. I don't remember. We're in the car, and the teaser trailer for Force Awakens dropped, and all it was the Millennium Falcon flying over the trees. and Into the Distance, and I remember it
I
because
feel like
it's so
we were
old. We were
together.
using Kick.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Someone sent the link in Kick. I remember opening it up and watching the Millennium Falcon. And I was like,
Oh, it might have been me sent it, and you and Kyler were together. Yeah.
dude, something about Star Wars starting up again after
It's different.
10 years, just a new trilogy. You had no idea what to expect. And then you see the Millennium Falcon. I mean, just pure goosebumps. And then you see the trailer for Force Awakens, and you're like, what a crazy cast. We have a female lead. We have a black stormtrooper who's like conflicted in life. You have
Maybe a
what's his
Jedi.
face? Adam Driver with this crazy lightsaber. Like, what in the world is going on with that?
Right.
It was like, I mean, we had no idea what the sequel trilogy would become, but
True.
man, to be
And
young and naive.
Regardless of how garbage Rise of Skywalker was, the trailer, the official like final trailer for it, at the end, just like the music and like the grandeur of it all kind of thing, like it just felt like you can
And then
tell it was the
Palpatine's
end-
laugh.
you can tell it was the end of the trilogy and like the end of like, I don't know, it just
Yeah.
it felt really big. The movie was garbage. Trailer was, I think, amazing.
When I was younger, I used to go into every movie and come out of it and be like, man, that was amazing no matter what. And as we get older, we're just like, if we come out of a movie and we don't like it, we're saying it. And I like that. And I remember sitting in Rise of Skywalker and I was next to Jose. And maybe 8 or 9 different times we looked at each other and we were like, what? Did they really just do that?
You're
That is so cringy.
Say what's up.
She's got it.
I'll move my chair like that. There you go. You can't see that.
So yeah, that was Rise of Skywalker was trash. Anyway, what about you? Wiley? What's another one?
Ironically, I guess, or coincidentally, a trailer that was like, I don't even know if it was that good, but it was so open-ended and mysterious that it really drew my attention, was Cloverfield. I don't know if you've ever
Oh, that's my third
I
one.
was just about to say that.
literally,
That's my third one.
I don't remember what movie we went to go watch in theaters, but it's just like, it showed just the footage, chaos, explosions, Statue of Liberty head getting thrown into the street.
Yep.
But, you know, like this, and then it ended. It didn't show a title. It didn't show a date. It was just so like crazy mysterious. I was like, what is going on? And when I found out that it was for that movie, I was like, okay, I kind of want to watch this movie, which turned out to be my favorite movie, you know, of all time. So
I was watching that show today, actually preparing for this.
were you?
And watching it, I was like, wow, this is how you make a trailer.
Right? You knew
Ominous,
nothing about the
Found
movie.
footage.
Mhm.
Nope. Skipping around. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Look at this dude.
This guy.
Yeah. No, I love that trailer. It was absolutely amazing. And Cloverfield, even on rewatches, doesn't get any worse. Like, it's a really I still hate the ending, but great movie.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's probably like the biggest flaw of the movie. Just like kind of like they left.
There's
it too-
ambiguous endings that are a sign of, I don't know, art kind of sounds cringy, but a sign of like a vision, like they knew what they were doing.
Mhm.
And then there's ones where I'm like, and now knowing J.J. Abrams, it's definitely the latter where just don't know how to end it. Knowing his
His body
resume
work.
after
Yeah.
that movie, he had no idea how to end that thing.
Yeah, that's
He was
true.
like, "This is great. Weird. I don't know where to go from here, guys."
Oh, we created a great story. What do we do for
Yup.
the ending? I don't know. Let's just ruin it.
Just make it ambiguous. People will think we're being artsy. No.
Oh man, that's true.
Yeah, those were my three. It was Endgame, Cloverfield, and Force Awakens.
Okay.
I would say Logan. Just
Logan
'cause
was a
Oh,
really
my-
good one. Johnny Cash.
you're Johnny Cash.
Ah.
You see Hugh Jackman just
Yeah.
so brittle and old and like in pain.
Right.
Man, I didn't even think of that one. That was a really
Logan was amazing.
hurt myself today. Wow, man. That's getting creepily
He's
close.
getting better and better every single time. It's ridiculous.
Oh man,
He's learning.
I remember watching that trailer when I was working at WizKids, and I showed it to Jose, and we were listening to "Hurt" by Johnny Cash for like 2 months straight up
Seriously?
to that movie. Yeah, Yep. And I didn't see Logan in theaters. It's probably a big regret in my life. I didn't see it in theaters.
Really
I don't remember.
Caught that on TV.
interesting.
And I've seen it a bunch of times. It's always on FX, and I've seen it a bunch of times since then. But
I thought
no,
you
that
did.
was a great trailer. You're right.
Indeed.
It really showed how maybe not dark. No, it was dark. How dark
It
and
was
like
very dark.
empty it felt.
Yeah.
And
It
the movie
wasn't
was
like the
stacked.
usual X-Men. Wasn't a usual X-Men.
No.
That's why. It was great.
Not at all. Yeah.
He's like, no, not at all.
It was
just
no
super dark.
silver lining in that movie, bro.
I left empty, sad,
I did.
depressed.
There was right up until the last moment of that movie.
Yeah, you're not
you just
lying.
feel
It
empty.
was like all yeah.
It hurt.
I-
So
I think another one. I'm looking at a list here just to jog my memory. Which
I
I,
looked
know
up
a
best
lot of.
trailers of all time, and it was all 80s and 90s movies. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's all
wow.
it's like Citizen Kane. and
These are
stuff like that.
garbage.
Yeah.
46, bro.
A trailer that I enjoyed very much, and I enjoyed the movie, although a lot of people don't like it, was the 2014 Godzilla trailer.
I do remember that actually.
That trailer was also.
I thought the movie was going to be good.
Yeah, the trailer was like, and then you had like it ended with the very intense Bryan Cranston scene where he's like yelling, and like, I don't
Yeah.
know, like it just gave me like a good feeling about the movie.
No, you're right. It was like, wow, now this is the Godzilla we deserve. A $200 million budget, great actors, crazy CGI. I didn't like
and
it,
then they
but a lot of
probably
people
showed
did.
Godzilla all of like 2 minutes throughout the whole movie. So
Yes, which is a huge complaint I have for that movie.
It
It was
was
attempted
everyone's-
character piece, but
yeah.
it wasn't even a good character piece.
you had the first one was too much human story.
Yep.
And then the
And it
second
wasn't
one,
good.
It wasn't good. And then the second one was too much Godzilla and not enough human. And it was like they have to find the line between both.
Yeah, and then they tried to do that in Godzilla versus Kong, where it was like a balance of both, but neither was good.
Neither was good, exactly.
It's just weird. Middle Earth storyline, all that good stuff.
That was weird. That was really weird.
But
What
Thank
else?
you,
Yeah,
thank
I think
you.
that's pretty much it. Those are like the ones that really get. To this day, I watch Infinity War trailer and it just gets to me every single time.
I definitely have to check that. I love going
Let's-
back and watching
Let's
those
watch
trailers
it
and being
after
like, I know
this.
what happens.
Let's watch it after this and be like, wow.
True.
I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Little by little, he woke.
It's getting better.
Oh man. All right. Well, that is today's episode. We hope everyone enjoyed. Go drop a like on our Instagram page, on our YouTube. Go, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're gonna.
Oh, the anniversary
we're gonna put
episode.
it. Yeah, we're gonna
What's
put
going
it.
on with that?
We're gonna put it at the beginning, but I also say here at the end. Again, if you've stuck around this long, we have our anniversary episode coming up. November 4th is the recording date. It is a Thursday. My son and my wife are fighting in the background. Sounds, distracting
that.
me. It's all good. Yes, anniversary episode. Please hit us up if you would like to join. We would.
What's going
Jeez,
on
Rick.
in the house?
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Get
jeez,
through
Rick.
my sentence. What is this?
There's abuse. There's abuse going on.
Fighting each other in the background.
She's choking him.
Oh my goodness.
he's like.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes, anniversary
Thanks,
episode
laughing.
11/4, November 4th. Please hit us up if you'd like to join. Text us, DM us, comment on YouTube. However you want to get in touch with us. We want as many people as possible. We just want to have a good time. Darian walked away now.
Even if it's for a minute.
Yeah,
Just be there.
you know what? If you just want to join, you just want to join, say hey, and log off, you can. We'd prefer it if you stay. That way, by the end of the episode, we have a huge Zoom room full of everyone, all of our friends, family, and supporters, and I think that would just be absolutely amazing. So, with that being said, I think that is it for this episode. Joey, would you like to sign us off?
Sure, once your wife stops abusing your son. And that's lights out on the Light Pole Podcast.